Thank you guys for being on the call tonight. I'm super excited for this one because, like I've been saying all week in my Instagram stories, this is something we've never done before, is share our most favorite parts of coaching and kind of the unsexy behaviors and a couple of things that we maybe don't love. And yes, I am recording. I set it to automatically record. So anyway, I wanted to start, so we're each going to start with kind of why we started coaching and if that's changed for some of us, why we continue to coach now. Because if you're anything like me, I've been coaching for a little over 3 years, and this is kind of my intro, I guess. So for those who don't know me, my name is Courtney Harden. I have been coaching for a little over 3 years. I currently live in Tulsa, Oklahoma with my husband, my 2 crazy Boston Terrier pups, and my new, I guess not so new anymore, 5-month-old baby boy, Miles. But I started coaching for 3 reasons. Number 1 was what I call my selfish reason, was my own nutrition. I grew up loving sports, playing all kinds of sports, and went on to play soccer in college. And that gave me this mentality of I can eat whatever I want, and my nutrition sucked. I had no idea how to cook things, what to cook, what a vegetable basically was, unless my mom cooked it. So anyway, nutrition and learning like proper knowledge about portions and things was reason number 1 why I wanted to be a coach. Number 2 was I wanted to help a couple family members. I have a pretty unhealthy extended family. I was able to help my dad actually lose 30 pounds in his first 30 days of coaching, which still super proud of him for doing that. But the third reason is was financial. I wanted to pay for this car payment. I've never had a car payment before. I was blessed, I guess, by my parents who were able to buy me cars, but they were like literally the crappiest cars ever. So 1, I never had a car payment, so thank God for them for that. But 2, we moved to Tulsa and we wanted a reliable car to get back and forth to visit our family in Missouri. So I had this car payment that I wanted to cover each month, around $400 that I wanted to cover each month with coaching. And that's where I started. Now that it's been a few years into coaching, my why looks like freedom for my family. I want to be able to one day stay home, possibly. You know, I always said I'm not that stay-at-home mom type, but I don't know, just like today, for example, I got really sad because Miles is starting to crawl, and it's something that I want to be home and I want to see those kinds of things. So anyway, that's what it looks like. Why I'm coaching now is that freedom, to not have to work around vacation days and things, to not have to worry about going on vacation and the money and the financial stress around that. And right now, we're just slashing debt, trying to get rid of our student loans and things like that. And then it always is still continue to help people. That's always going to be a big part of my why, is to have this fulfilling career that I can lay my head down at the end of the day and say, wow, I've really helped someone today. My favorite part of coaching is just that. I know this is probably going to be everyone's, so I actually came up with 2, but I love helping women see results, not only in physical results, but in financial results. When my coaches come to me and they say, I paid for groceries this week, or I paid for daycare this week, or whatever it is, I got to get my hair done this week. It's something I haven't done in a long time, or, you know, whatever they say, I love hearing those successes on payday, or even just like, hey, I helped someone, and that trickle effect of them feeling the confidence of being able to help someone else in their health and fitness too is just super rewarding for me. So that's definitely one of my favorite parts. Another favorite part is social media. If you would have asked me this 3 years ago, I probably would have said that's one of my least favorite parts, because I was too busy worrying about what everyone was going to think of me posting. But now I love posting on social media. It's super weird. Like I like try not to be like, sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't post again, but I'm like, whatever. Like it's, if you're being inspiring, if you're entertaining and being silly and being yourself, if you're educating, which I try to do 3 things. So like I said, entertain, inspire, or educate. So like if I post a recipe, like lots of people want simple recipes and things that you don't have to spend a lot of time cooking. So those 3 things are what I tried to implement on social media, and I love social media and being creative and writing out posts and things like that. So that's definitely one of my favorite parts too. My least favorite part of coaching is when challengers, is what we call them, or people who are in our boot camps, or coaches quit before they see results. It really is sad to me when, and it's going to happen. People come and go, and sometimes it is not for everyone. I will admit that. The online boot camps or the coaching in general, sometimes it's just not for people. And you know, I like to help people see results, and it just is something. I can see you, Jess. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, it's just something that I get really like sad about when they don't, you know, when they quit before they've, you know, given it their all. But honestly, at the end of the day, you get to be what those people needed in that time of their life. You get to be that little life phase for them when maybe they just needed a confidence boost for, you know, 6 months out of the year, and then, you know, they're moving on to the next thing. But that is the saddest part of coaching to me, is seeing people go, but it's going to happen. And you know, even if just for a little while, you touch their life in a big way. So all right, I'm going to pass it on to Katie, who's going to take it away next.
All right, my name is Katie Miles, and I am going on a year. Oh my gosh, that's the first time I've thought about that. A year of coaching, almost about 11 months to be exact. And I started because I was your typical like gym junkie, macro counting, calorie counting. Literally thought that in order to be fit, you had to go to the gym for like an hour and a half, 2 hours every single day. And if you didn't do that, or if I didn't do that, I would feel like crap about myself. And while I was like in great shape and I was eating relatively healthy, I was letting my self-worth be defined by if I went to that gym that day, or if I went over my allotted amount of carbs or fats or whatever it was. So it's just a really unhealthy mindset about fitness. And then I ran into some medical stuff around this time last year, and I couldn't work out for 6 weeks. And during that 6 weeks, I spent a lot of time on the couch, and I was pretty just in a very low place, scrolling through social media, getting annoyed with all these people that were looking all happy, and then started creeping on Courtney Harden, and just was like, eventually, after like a couple weeks of just feeling like crap, I was like, this should not, me not getting to the gym today shouldn't make me feel this way. And it just kind of, all these little light bulbs started to go off about like, that can't be what makes you healthy or what happy or makes you happy. It just, you can't let it define you like that. So I reached out to Courtney literally for the week of Shaun T workouts, which kicked my ass, but every day I just fell more and more in love with it. And by the end of that week, I was on one of these coach sneak peeks, or I watched something like this. And then I texted her and gave it a go. So my whole why on starting was just to develop for myself a healthier mindset around what being healthy and fit actually means and feels like. And then that's completely changed now. I still do it for myself because I strongly value taking good care of your body. But I also just do it for like the flexibility and time. It's so nice getting up, getting my workout done, and that way when I come home, my husband works nights, so we only have a tiny bit of time together. And instead of being at the gym, I'm here and can cook dinner for him because I'm learning how to cook all these new things too. But it's just given us so much more time together in that little bit of time that we actually get. And the financial freedom that it's given us. And we're just kind of slowly starting to see this because it's not an overnight thing. You don't sign up to be a coach and you're just like raking it all in. No, it's a lot of hard work and a lot of consistency. But we were able to take like a little weekend getaway, and that's so nice. We wouldn't have had the flexibility in our budget to do that before. We were able to fix my car, which I literally wanted to dump into the river last week. Coaching was able to pay for that. So just like those little things that would have broke the budget before, coaching has really, really helped us see the light. So it's helped us, with my health and fitness, with others around me, and then also financially too. My favorite part about coaching is, like Courtney said, seeing other people get results. There's no better feeling when a girl you've been talking to or a girl in your boot camp sends you those progress pictures or their results. Like that makes me want to like just have all the feelings when I see the results and get those texts about how they're feeling. But then also my favorite part too is just like honestly like talking about it to other people. Like in my family, they're asking me, like, what are you doing? And just sharing about it makes me feel like what I'm doing people are attracted to. And it just kind of gives you, I don't know, it just makes you feel good. My least favorite part is one, yes, people quitting. But two, it's also the business side. And it's not that I hate the business side. It's more of like figuring out like just how to, like the legs, the weak leg and the strong leg. I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay. Volume, had no idea what that was. Personal volume, team volume, had no clue. But you learn it all as you go, and you start to dislike it less and less the more it makes sense in your brain. But I'm a kindergarten teacher, so I don't know business. So I'm definitely figuring that out. But you can Google and YouTube everything. So we're getting through it. But yes, coaching has been a great part of the last year. So with that, I will pass it over to Jessica B.
Hey, okay, so I'm Jess Behringer. I'll pass over to the other Jess in a little bit. But I'm going to backtrack before I was a coach. So this is my third month of coaching. And I actually started as a challenger about the same time Katie started as a coach because I drug her into our full-time day job, and now following her in this one. So this is about a year of me coming up as a challenger, and I actually started during my first trimester of my second pregnancy. So I teach kindergarten full-time. I was starting my second round of grad school. My husband also works nights. Katie and I husband are police officers together. And so like we live outside of town, and getting to a gym was impossible. With my first pregnancy, I gained like 60 plus pounds, and I feel like I have a very positive mindset around nutrition. I think very like whole around foods and just like really natural foods. But regardless, I still gained way too much weight with our daughter. And then I had this fear that I wasn't going to have the energy to take care of her while I was pregnant with our son. So I needed something that I could do sustainably. And given our schedules, I knew there was no way I was getting to a gym. And if I did, then I was paying for a gym and daycare while I was at the gym for my daughter. And that was just more time away from her, which is the last thing I wanted. So I started as a challenger and eventually I was doing it, and I fell in love with it so much that I kept asking Katie, hey, what's the deal with all of this? And so this is my third month of coaching. I guess I started coaching because I wanted the flexibility of both time and financial freedom for our family. I definitely do have that personality that I would love to stay at home with the kids. I love my job and being able to love on other people's kids. But I think especially since having our son, I've had like this hard back and forth battle of feeling like I'm loving on everyone else's kids and it's taking away from my ability to love my own. And so I mean, I'm still figuring that out, but regardless, coaching is giving me the opportunity to figure that out, and being able to like push through that and having this team to, like Katie said, you can Google all the things, but you can also ask people because they're super helpful. But that's kind of why I started. And I would say as I get further into it, I'm just like seeing where coaching could take me. And like Katie said, it's hard work. So it's all about what you put into it. And like if you're willing to go like the extra mile, then like how far it could take you. Like I love watching Courtney's journey of like paying off her student loans, and I'm about to pick up my next set of student loans. So I'll be doing that same thing. But that's where I'm at. My favorite part of coaching is absolutely helping those, but like my heart in this is for moms who have felt like they are so run down and felt like they like don't have the energy to keep up with their kids, and like helping them find that again. But not just like moms, any like women who are facing hard things. Like I feel like there have been different things, battles in my life that I can relate to women, and just like talking to some girls in my challenge group that have really faced some hard things lately, and like seeing that this is like helping build confidence in them again, that's been huge for me. But yes, like I feel like I really connect with the moms who don't feel like they have anything else for themselves because they're constantly giving to everyone else. And so being able to like pour into those people. My least favorite part, or like the hardest part for me, I guess, is more of like the mindset for myself. I have trouble like if I don't meet a personal goal. So this is working through like, okay, like I felt like for example, this month, my first 2 months were awesome and I felt really good about where I was. Like this month, I still feel good about where I'm at, but it's definitely harder, and I felt like I would have hit a goal by now, and I'm still pushing. But then that goes back to like how much work you're going to put into it, and just figuring out like how to keep pushing and how to change things. And it also teaches you like what you might need to do differently next time. But feeling like that's a personal thing. I was feeling inadequate is not a good word, but figuring out where to go whenever you don't hit that goal, and then how to push forward. But with that, I will pass it over to the other Jess.
Hey, my name's Jessica Moore. I live in Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. I am an event planner. I have been for 6 years. That's my full-time job. Not married. I don't have kids, but I do have a very, very serious relationship. Been with my boyfriend for 2.5 years, so waiting on that ring. I started coaching originally in April because mine was a little bit more for selfish reasons. With being an event planner, I don't have flexible hours. I work nights, days, weekends constantly. So I wanted to be able to travel more because my boyfriend travels with his job, and I miss a lot of him racing. He races boats, so I'm never there for him. I am always working. So it's kind of like, oh, this is an opportunity to maybe make this into a career, a more flexible thing that I can do. Plus, it is something I love. My passion, my whole life has always been fitness. But I never went to college for it because I was like, there's no money. All my friends are personal trainers. They struggle with making money out of it. So for a while, I was like, no, this isn't for me. I could never do this. But the more I watched Courtney Harding, and the more she reached out to me and kind of asked if I wanted to do it, I was at first was like, no, I'm a gym rat. I was totally like Katie, totally a gym rat. I ate clean. I wanted to do the competitions. No way I could ever work out from home. It just was not on my list. And the more she reached out to me, the more I watched her, the more I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. I watched my boyfriend do something he loves every day of his life, and I hate what I'm doing. So I'm like, if I can do something I love and make money out of it, why not? So at first it was flexibility. It was, doing something I love. And also it was holding me accountable for working out, eating healthier, cooking healthy meals. My boyfriend could no longer say I couldn't go to the gym and I needed to spend time with him. He actually was like, okay, if we're going to work out at home, I'll work out with you. So the more I started doing it and sharing my stories and reaching out to my friends, the more people were like, oh, I want to join you. And I was like, really? At first I thought it'd be really hard to get a lot of people to join me, but a lot of people were very interested. And it was really hard putting yourself out there at first, sharing all those posts and things, but truly it's very, very rewarding. So my why at first, like I said, was flexibility and making money and kind of accountability for me. And that has 100% changed. Mine now is, my why is to help as many people as I can out. I have lots of girls on my team that are now like my closest friends. They never would have been my closest friends, but they text me every day, they Snapchat me every day, and they are so excited to tell me that they did their workouts and that they've lost this much weight, that their kids are working out with them now. So it's truly, I have gained so many friends, even girls I went to college with that I never talked to, we were never friends. We've completely related on another level. So that is life-changing for me. Yes, I still want the flexibility. I want to make the money. I'm still in all for, going as far as I can and meeting as many girls as I can. But meeting the people and getting them to get their, change their lives and doing it with them has been amazing. So that's my why now, is just get as many people as I can to join this program, because it truly works. I mean, it's been great for me. And then my favorite thing is making the friends, like I said, and getting these people to see results and feel good about themselves. I would say my least favorite, though, is when girls quit a little early, like Courtney said, when they don't see results, and so they quit early and they don't, keep trying. It is a process, and people don't give it time. So that would definitely be my least favorite part of it, is just having these girls that have potential, but they're not seeing results fast enough, so they're done. So that's definitely my least favorite. I think that's it.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for talking. It's nice to hear like all of our different whys, all of our different personalities, and just different life phases. Like Jess said, she's not married, in a relationship though. She's, trying to travel and do all those things right now. Jess B and I are, newly, well, she is too, but, newly parents, or, whatever it is, newlyweds, living, a teacher life versus event planner, those types of things, goes to show that all kinds of people are coaches, and all kinds can make this work. But with that, I just wanted to wrap up kind of with how you get started. This is another one of my favorite parts of getting started, is that you don't have to pay to be a coach. You get to just purchase your workouts, purchase your either your superfood smoothies that we drink. I usually drink mine for breakfast, or I call it my mama motivation, which is the pre-workout. Whatever you decide to help you get results. The nutrition and the workouts are what you are personally consuming and that you purchase to be a coach. One of the main goals is to be a proof of the product. So you want to be doing the workouts consistently. You want to be using what you're talking about and what is making you feel good, and you want to help get results from that. And then eventually you'll start helping other people get results as well. So anyway, that's just honestly how you get started, is just by purchasing your workouts and the nutrition supplements. So that's, again, one of my favorite parts about it. You don't have to go to the post office. You don't have to store anything at your house. You don't have to pay to be a coach with your workouts. It's free to sign up as a coach. So I am so freaking excited for what our team has in store for the rest of 2019. It's going to be amazing. If you guys want to join us, we would love to have you. If you have any more questions, definitely feel free to reach out to the coach who invited you to this call or who invited you to watch the recording of this call. I, again, appreciate you guys sticking with us on a Wednesday night and through the technical difficulties. Hope you have an amazing, amazing rest of your week, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.